Well, Fela Durotoye is someone who loves Nigeria, who believes in Nigeria, and who thinks that a nation that is as blessed as this country should not be have people as poor as the ones that we have. We are the poverty capital of the world, they say. And yes, we're one of the most blessed nations. In fact, most people can't even think of a country that is more blessed than Nigeria. I'm just one person. I'm an ordinary Nigerian. I'm somebody who just loves this nation with all my heart. And I believe in the potential of this nation. And that's, for me, is one of the most important things, that my life has been committed to working and building people who will believe in Nigeria and give the best and their best to Nigeria, so that we can build the nation that God has blessed us to be able to be. And that's why I think that people should trust Fela Durotoye, because I have a track record of building people, of building faith in this nation, and of building companies for people. As a management consultant, I have worked for over 25 years, building most of the companies that we know today, most of the banks that we know today, insurance companies, many of the top companies, and there are many of the other ones that are not even out there on the top. But we're building those companies, helping them to structure their culture, their service delivery culture, helping them to restructure their businesses so they can become more profitable. So I am a man who's just like anybody else, born to university lecturers. My parents were not rich, they were not poor. I went to public schools like everybody else, went through all the way, staff school, University of Ife, secondary school, University of Ife itself. So I'm a product of a system that worked before this nation. And I think that I owe it to Nigeria, that has invested in me, to do everything I can to take that investment that Nigeria has given me and make the opportunities available for everybody. The focus of our campaign is creating opportunities for everyone. You know, great nations all over the world, that's what they do very well. They take what is a privilege of a few in failed nations and make it available for all. So if you go to a great nation, you will see that there are opportunities for anybody to be able to send their children to school without knowing any principal or anybody. There are opportunities for anybody that can gain admission to gain admission, and there are ways that you can fund it so that even whether you are rich or poor, your child can go to school and usually bring the family out of poverty. But that's not all. That there are things that are accessible to the poor that are acceptable to the rich, like things like power. There must be power for all without generators, and there must be healthcare for all without being rich. You don't have to know a doctor. You should be able to get healthcare because your nation is blessed. There must be opportunity for anybody to get a job when they graduate. Anybody. And even if you don't go through tertiary institutions, you must have the opportunity to be able to work somewhere, start a business. Everybody deserves opportunities in life, and that is the focal point of our own, to say we want a new Nigeria where there are opportunities for all. You know, when people say to me, Fela, do you have the money to win an election? I say, I don't have the money, but the people do. And I'm just representing a group of people who are saying Nigeria needs to be better than the way it is. We deserve a better country. And those who have brought us the country that we do not like cannot be the ones that will save us from what they have created. Right? People don't change much, you know. So what you need is if you say to yourself, you know, first of all, let's be clear. PDP and APC are one party. And if you see the way that they move around, they are like two rooms in one house. Okay? And somebody once described them as boiled corn and roasted corn. Say corn na corn. You know, so PDP and APC are really one block. But the other block is really the people of Nigeria who have not believed in that, or who believe that Nigeria deserves to be better and that Nigerians deserve to have a better life and a better future. These are the people that I'm representing, and they have the money. So far, they have been the ones that have contributed. No money bags, no big money. They have been the ones that have contributed. Whilst I was the aspirant, even to get my nomination form, it was Nigerians that contributed for it. So I have been the people's presidential aspirant. I am now the people's presidential candidate. And I promise you, I'm going to be the people's president. And I think the greatest challenge that I've faced so far is really convincing people that we can do this. In other words, looking at the people and telling them, showing them the numbers. Because Nigerians we've been oppressed and suppressed for so long that we have been told this narrative, this lie, that your vote won't count, that really no matter what you are doing, except you're on APC, PDP, you can never make a way, all of those kind of things. You know, those things are lies that have been sold to us. The biggest part of the work we've been doing is getting people to disbelieve those lies and take action and say, listen, I'm going to get involved. So now we're seeing, throughout last year, I'm sure you remember, much of what I was saying was everybody go and get your PVC. I was showing them the numbers. 2015, 96 million people were above the age of 18. 68 million people got their voters card. Only 28 million people voted for PDP and APC. That means 40 million people did not want PDP and APC even though they had a voters card. That means another 28 million people did not even bother to get their voters card because they didn't want any of the things that was going on. That tells you that 68 million people did not vote for PDP and APC. How can PDP and APC win 68 million people with 28 million votes? Because the 68 million people didn't get involved. And that was the work that we've been doing. And today you can see the dividends of that work. And I'm not saying I'm the only one. A lot of people work towards it. But now INEC has been able to declare that now we have 91 million people that are that's an incredible amount, almost 23 million voters cards that have been issued. So we are really excited about what is going to happen. Nigeria will be pleasantly surprised. Most of the people who got their voters card for the first time, they were getting it to make sure that they leave this old generation behind and they're able to come up with a new generation and a new way of politics. They want a new Nigeria, not just a better Nigeria. Nigeria needs both good governance, and Nigeria needs also to be restructured, and restructured, in different levels. And I'll tell you what I mean. First of all, good governance simply means having good people in governance, delivering good service to the people. It's that simple, okay? And when I say good people, I'm saying people who have capacity, people who are credible, people who are competent, people who have also the right character so that they can be credible people. When they say things, they mean it. And more importantly, people who have a compassion in their hearts for the people. Not people who want to rule over people, but people who want to serve other people. Those good people must be able to come into governance in elected office, in appointed office, and also through the bureaucracy, and serve the people and deliver good service to them. When you do that, you will find out that we're able to have a government that is not over bloated, a government without corruption, and a government that is focused on improving the quality of life of its people, the standard of living of its people, and the welfare of the people. When you have that, you have a great nation. But that is going to happen when the nation itself is not depending or relying on only one product, crude oil. All across Nigeria, we are blessed beyond measure in all areas. 34 mineral resources of economically viable quantity. We've got agricultural land, arable land that can produce, especially when it's efficiently used, that can produce so much, not just to feed the people of Nigeria, but to export. All of these things are going to happen when you have real leaders, not rulers, there, who have leadership will, not political will. Political will and political experience have brought us everything we have today. Every time you see a pothole on the road, it's political experience that brought us that. Every time you need to put on your generator to be able to have power, political experience brought us that. Every time you see somebody who died needlessly of a preventable death, political experience brought us that. But what we need is leadership experience. And there are many young people who have leadership experience. And before, those young people used to believe in themselves before they got into the kind of political system that they got into. I always say to people, I'm 47 years old. I'm going to be 48 years old next year. 48 years old was how Tafawa Balewa was when he climbed the rostrum on Saturday, the 1st of October, and delivered the Independence Day speech. 31 years old was how old Colonel Yakubu Gowon was when he took power and stabilized, tried to stabilize the nation. And then you think about Olusegun Obasanjo, General Obasanjo at that time, he was 38 years old, going on 39 years old when he took over. And then, General Buhari was 41 years old, just 2 weeks after his 41st birthday when he took over. How can these people, in a sense, when Nigeria was a better country, these were the young leaders that were leading us. Now they're trying to lead us or rule us as older people. And then people are saying that 48 years old is too young. So I believe that really the greatest challenge that our generation faces is the ability to believe in ourselves. Let's stop believing this narrative that other people, the older generation has sold to us. We are ready. Let nobody be casting doubts about it. We have shown that we are ready in our private lives, in our professional lives, in our businesses. We have shown that we are ready. Nigerian young people are doing great things in every sector of this country. Why is it now politics that we will not be able to do great things? No, but I've always had the vision of a great Nigeria. And I've had that vision since 2004. And I've been telling everybody that by 2025, Nigeria will be the most desirable nation to live in. I believe that, the more and I carried that vision in my heart. And I'm sure most people who have ever heard Fela will say, especially on STV, because for several years, I was running a program called Business Clinic with Fela Durotoye. And I would start every day looking into the cameras and tell Nigerians, 2025 Nigeria will be the most desirable nation, but we have to build it. So I've been raising nation builders and raising nation building businesses for the last 14, 15 years. The point is, my vision has always been, has never changed, that we can build a nation that is the pride amongst nations, that we can build a nation that Nigerians will be proud of, a nation where there are opportunities for all. Opting out?
Have you ever thought of it?
Oh no, there is no way I can opt out. I knew what I was going into when I was opting in for the political race, because I realized that, listen, no matter how much vision we carry for a new Nigeria, until we have good governance, like you said, we will not be able to deliver it. So my job has been to come in and draw as many people in. Has it always been easy? No. Has there been many discouraging moments? Yes. But every time I have the benefit of looking at a little child, especially on the street, and I realize that the hope of that little child lies in our generation, not the generation that was before us. You see, our generation cannot blame our parents for what we give to the next generation. We have to be the ones that will work at the country that will give to the next generation. So opting out is not an option. Well, it might sound strange, but my favorite musician is also my own namesake, and that is Fela Anikulapo Kuti. And I think that Fela Anikulapo Kuti is someone who I have grown up with his music, was somebody who also used to speak truth to power, was somebody who wanted the same kind of things that I want: social justice, equity for all, opportunities for all. And he will call and arouse a nation. And one of the ones that I like the most is Teacher Don't Teach Me Nonsense. I once sang it during the Felabration thing, and if I have a few minutes, I would like to sing it also. It starts by saying, all the wahala, all the problems, all the things we think say good for this world is start when a teacher, schoolboy and schoolgirl jam together. Who be teacher? I go let you know. Who be teacher? I go let you know. When we be peeking, Baba Mama be teacher, and then it goes on and on. But it's one of my favorite ones. Yeah.